You there with that Switch 2? You're looking for a new game to play?
Yes, sir.
Is your backlog already stacked up and you don't know which game you're going to play first, but you know your wallet is going to hate you? Well, I got another game for you. The Adventures of Elliot. It's like a, think of it like one of those, it's a game from the Octopath creators. They're known for their 2D HD art style and their RPG games. Well, The Adventures of Elliot is an action RPG game, and it's more along the lines of like, if you remember those older Zelda games like A Link to the Past or Minish Cap, the top-down Zelda games where it was just you and going into the dungeon and with your sword and shield and maybe your bow and boomerang. That is what Adventures of Elliot is. Well, that's what it looks like, because it's not all that on the surface. It is like I said, The Adventures of Elliot comes from the creators of the Octopath games. They come from the 2D action RPG, and look, there's no turn-based combat. You can get straight into the action. And this game can be a little difficult if you put it up on the harder difficulties, and some of the monsters, I do find myself having to fight a couple bosses over and over again, but I'm a yellow page game now. I don't know what you can expect. Now, here are some things that I do like about The Adventures of Elliot. The 2D HD style is very captivating. All the color palettes and designs are unique and keep me engaged in with the game. The game has a lot of platforming, and honestly, since I got a Switch, I've been loving more platforming games on the handheld. I don't know, it just feels better when I'm just chilling and like laying down playing a platforming game as opposed to playing it like at my desk or anything. And honestly, and that goes for shooters too. I would rather play shooters on my console or, on the desk rather than playing them on the Switch. I usually play like my cozier games or my more laid back games on my Switch. Now, the game runs smooth as hell on the Switch too. I'm not getting no frame drops on handheld or no running into no other issues on handheld. But I did hear when it came out, which is probably why it has the review that it has on Steam, that a lot of people were getting frame drops or just some graphical errors with their copies of Adventures of Elliot. But me, I haven't had those difficulties yet. Now, Elliot, my man's Elliot, he got a little bit of moves on him, man. He's actually a little surprisingly quick and nimble. I wasn't expecting that, but I should have got that from the name because he's an adventurer. So them boys, they be parkouring, they be moving. When he like does a little jump, it's graceful with it and everything. He's a little graceful jumper though. No rolling. He just uses it as a jump. Now the fairy is a great addition to the game. Rather, it's helping you heal, giving you a speed boost, or shooting magic at enemies. There's something that's always there for her to do. She isn't just sitting on the screen taking up space like a character that just follows you around and gives you helpful hints or just some annoying voice lines or whatever. And that's another thing. All the voice acting in this game is very, very detailed.
He shares the herbs he finds with everyone. We can't take a lot of money from people like him.
I know, but the orphanage doesn't have much money either, right?
Mitchell, I guess you're old enough to understand that now.
We are out of money?
Broke nigga alert. Broke nigga alert.
Is it talking about me?
Broke nigga
I
alert.
think so, my nigga.
They do have their cringy moments, and I'm gonna get to that a little bit, but it's very detailed. Like you can hear, like when Elliot dies, or whoever the voice actor on Elliot is, like when he dies, he's very exasperated when he dies or gets hit. So yeah, that's a great addition to that. And the main villain too, he's like that. He's like this corny dude that's like, he was the king's servant at first, and he got a glimpse of this power, and now he wants the power for himself, and he's going back in time and messing up the timeline, and it's up to Elliot to stop him. I think this is a very bare bones story, but I'm gonna get into that. I'm going ahead of myself. Now, you can find different items to help you in different places in the game, whether it be jewels to help with your attack speed, crit hits, or your defense. Or like I said, you can also find different weapons. There's so many weapons in this game. And they got swords, they got spears, they got bows, they got bombs. And I seen somebody with like what is that one whip thing? It's like a mace thing with a whip at the end. That was like, whoa, that's crazy. And I'm only 7 hours into the game. And they have these dungeons spread out through the areas, like very similar to Zelda. that's just infested with enemies, and you got to do a whole lot of platforming. And at the end, there's a boss at the end that you got to fight. And, I kind of wish that the dungeons had just a little bit more spice to them at the end, instead of like a little shard of life or a little heart piece that you get. Because you get they got these little heart pieces like how Zelda gets, and you get enough of them, you get a whole heart. And yeah, that does happen in Zelda, but like when you complete the dungeon or complete like a boss or whatever, you get like a whole heart thing. And I didn't really get that a lot from Elliot, because these enemies are taking a lot of health from me. Like, you can get one good swing, they take 3 bars away from you on heart. I'm just saying. Now, like I said, there's a lot of accessories into the game. Like I said, the weapon selection. I would really recommend this game for somebody who's in the RPGs, or action RPGs, and looking for a fresh new adventure. And the only thing, before I get into the cons, is like the price point is $60. Now, I wouldn't want it at $60. I wouldn't. Because I played the demo, and the demo made me, I was like, all right, I'm getting this game. But I would probably recommend somebody wait for the sale before they get this game. There's a few things that I don't like. The aiming can be just a little bit annoying, especially like trying to get it in the when enemies come from the directional shot. It's kind of hard to get it that way. And some of the jump attacks too, like it's certain things like where you got to platform and like you got to destroy whatever it is on that next thing before you platform over there. And I'm sure you can like throw a bow or boomerang or whatever, but I wish the jump attacks was just a little bit more better, or he had like a jump slash, like a slash down. But yeah, that aiming can be a little better. The story isn't nothing new, and it's been told before. It could have a few tweaks. Like, it was just one part where I got the fairy, and like we went to this dungeon, and this voice just happened. It shall be known forth.
A warrior of steadfast will, who seeks new heights through strength and skill. The extent of that skill I would learn. Surmount the ordeals ahead, and a new radiance you will earn.
Shut the fuck up with that shit.
Okay. The chosen one is grabbed it. I'm like, man, I didn't heard that story. Like, it sounded like a 2005 story. You may be fine with it, but me, I was heard this before. I kind of wish they went a little bit more in depth with the story. I wish the combat was just a little bit more dynamic. Like I said, at least with the main weapons. Besides, you get like a charge weapon and just like a regular attack. I kind of wish like. Because they got this like combo thing where you hitting enemies, and it's like you hitting enemies, and the more that you hit or the more that you destroy, you get better drops and everything. And when you get hit, you got to reset the style meter. And I just wish that it was just a little bit more combos into the game, because if they gonna put that combo like thing in there, they should have like just a little bit more dynamic action inputs in there. Like I said, the full price of the game, I would have benefited more if it was like. It would have benefited more if it was like 40 or 50. That would have been a sweet price point. But I can also see that the game is like very, very detailed, and it probably cost a good penny to make this game. Like I said, from the voice actor, I don't know if everybody's their own voice actor or they hire voice actors for every role, but the voice acting, from the level design to like action to like, it's a lot. I'm pretty sure it's a lot that went into this game, and they were on a return on their investment. So I can see why they put it at 60. But this is Lyra approved, and I think that you should pick up this game if you can. Get it on sale if you can. I know it's a little rough right now, and you're going through you're going through your backlog, and you like, I haven't played everything. I kind of want something fresh and new. I would say pick up The Adventures of Elliot. Yeah, I really like it.